And God bless me, I got an opportunity and I learned better, I saw better, and I realized that if I come back to Liberia, I can be exposed to better, come back again and don't do better. So about 15 years ago, this joining started. And I know a lot of people are not aware. They think this just started a few years ago. This has been 15 years in the making, from the planning stage to this stage. And it's just different for me. I think I've had a different kind of experience that I hope I can give children of Liberia, and I can do it by explaining to them. We can do it by showing them what that experience is.
Hello, most of you. Welcome to another exciting program. This is the Counter Diary. Counter Diary, we are telling you the untold stories of Liberia. And today, I'm in Maserati County, and to be precise, this is Pinsville City, and I'm standing right in front of the Pinsville City Hall. I know the other side, you have the Liberian Learning Center. And there's a huge story behind this particular building that is being constructed here by a Liberian, once a refugee, and fled to Canada, and he's back building this particular project. So we're going to talk to him shortly, and we're going to show you exactly how inside look and how it will be when it's completed. My name is Emmanuel Kotu. If you're coming for the first time, please make sure you hit that subscription button to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more video. If you're watching this on KMTV, thanks for watching. Let me take you around to show you the huge project that is undertaken by Leo Johnson. Going to be walking up and just see the place. You can already see, those of you watching us, I see Mr. Leo Johnson is there having conversation with somebody. So we're going closer a little bit so that we will talk to Mr. Johnson quickly about this. Is the building. Yeah.
Welcome, Chief.
Thank you, sir. Anyway, this is the man behind the project. Welcome to the Counter Diary. And it's great. It's been a long time. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well, man.
Okay.
And by the way, pleased to meet Blige. So Blige is leading the construction here. Tribicana is this company that leading the construction here.
Okay, Blige, welcome.
Thank you, appreciate it.
All right, so you're also part of this. So today, this has been a long time. We should have had this, but I mean, there is time for everything. So we're back here, and a lot of people are asking, Leo Johnson is doing this project. What is the motivation behind this project?
The motivation is quite simple. Went to school in these parts. I grew up here. Mr. Roy, you know that our old man was selling in the markets and everything. And God bless me, I got an opportunity and I learned better, I saw better, and I realized that if I come back to Liberia, I can be exposed to better, come back again and don't do better. So about 15 years ago, this joining started. And I know a lot of people are not aware. They think this just started a few years ago. This has been 15 years in the making, from the planning stage to this stage. And it's just different for me. I think I've had a different kind of experience that I hope I can give children of Liberia, and I can do it by explaining to them. We can do it by showing them what that experience is.
So let's talk about this project. You're talking about you playing this for a very long time. There are other issues. Somebody said we have healthcare. We have talking about infrastructure. Other people are going to different places, coming back and say, "Oh, I want to do my real estate here, like Bronco Local. Well, let me be my small play. What I be doing my own business." But why you decide I need to think about my country, Liberia?
Yeah, because for me, education is key. Mr. Raw, you can even be hungry. When you get education, you can turn around. You were broke yesterday, tomorrow you can get something. Healthcare is also key, don't get me wrong. But how will you get better healthcare when you don't have an educated population that is supposed to facilitate that? How can you get better healthcare when you don't have people who have the ability to earn to be able to pay for better health services? So for me, we have to start somewhere. And I thought education is a powerful place to start, but not just education in the academic sense. How do we cater to our brothers and sisters who may no longer have the opportunity to go and sit in a classroom, for example, and learn? By giving them access to information. You don't need to go to academic school to learn how to be a video editor. You don't need to go to, I'm not saying you can learn it by going to academic school, but you don't need academic school to do that. So for me, building a facility that is able to provide education in all its facets. The people who doing academic can get their own. The people who doing, other smart skills that they want to learn or literacy can all have a space here so that they can be able to innovate and think through what they're supposed to do.
All right, so we're trying to take a walkthrough of this facility, and this is going to be the first public library, I would say, in Liberia. And I'm glad that, somebody who, once upon a time was in this particular community, and somebody want to talk about you as being a refugee and coming back. It's good how you come back to get, but let's talk about the cost of this area.
So the entire project is just over $2 million right now. So this building is just the first phase. This building is about $1.3 million. So what you're looking at here, phase 2 is going to be going here. Phase 2 will be an indoor recreation facility. So a gymnasium and all the stuff that comes with it will be going right there. But the strategy was to finish this, completely have it operational while you start on the phase 2. So for me, right now, as we see it, $2 million, long time ago, a lot of people told me this was not possible in Liberia. And they said, where will you even find the people to build it? Even if you bring the money, the people here, they can just eat the money, they can steal. So I'm grateful that this beautiful work has been done by Liberian hands, Liberian engineers, Liberian contractors. If you walk through, you'll see all of them working. You don't see anybody else working here except Liberian contractors.
So, this has been a very, smooth working relationship. There has been a very smooth working relationship with you and the contractors here. And talking about this, some are asking that in this 21st century, people are having e-library. Yeah. So how different is this going to be from other libraries around the world?
Yeah. So the first question I asked them when they say having e-library, what will the internet and the computers will be before you go to the e-library? Because e-library is true a computer. But people also need to understand, you need to understand your context and work within it. Bro, I've been in this country for the last 15 years coming back and working here. How many kids have access to laptops? How many kids have access to computers at home and internet before we talk about e-library? So let's meet our people where they are first, and then we start to build on it. But to answer your question, this facility will be connected with the Canadian library system. So through the internet here, anything you can access in Canada when you walk in the library, you'll be able to access it here using the laptops and the computers in here. But I don't like for people to just narrow things down to like e-library. You have a country where students cannot even turn on a computer and turn it off properly. So how do you expect them to use, let's teach them for how to use a physical library first. Come in a physical library, what are you supposed to do? How are you supposed to use it? How are you supposed to use the computer lab? Then we can say, okay, what's the next step? So let's learn the fundamentals instead of just jumping way ahead of ourselves. So that the first step, I agree with everybody, e-libraries are great, but you have to have the population that is able to use it to even introduce it.
All right, so this time around we're walking into the building, and but I see
this place is designed purposely. I will come in here. This side that you're looking at on my left hand here is your right, Mr. Rock, is the opposite me. The opening you see over there is an extra water storage tanker. So this opening you're looking here is an extra backup water storage tanker will be in here. We have an underground rainwater collection system on the building. So this alu bomb you're seeing around here, when it rains, not a single water drops on the ground. Everything from the roof, that's why you see the roof slanted this way, flows down, it goes underground into an underground reservoir at the back there, and then it pumps it back up into the building to be used in. So this will be an additional backup. In case it's not raining for a while, we run out of water, we have an additional backup to ensure the building doesn't run out of water. Okay. And then on the other side here are the bathrooms. So you know the situation of public bathrooms in this country, I don't need to explain to you. When you're somewhere and you jam, trying to find public bathroom can be difficult. So we're trying to shift people's behavior, that the bathroom is not in the building. That if you not need nothing to do with the building, you're only trying to get, because you're jam or emergency, you need to go to the bathroom. You can go right in the bathroom without having to ever go into the building. So there are 3 bathrooms here. The one in the middle is a fully wheelchair accessible bathroom. Okay. So it's designed to be a fully accessible only for people dealing with physical disabilities that need access because they need more space when they enter the washroom compared to people who are not. So this bathroom is fully wheelchair accessible. This bathroom that you see here is the male bathroom. So you have the urinals on the wall, you have your actual toilets, and then you have the sink for hand washing here. And then the other bathroom you see here, on this side. So this is a female bathroom right here. So again, the idea is to change people's attitudes around public washrooms, because usually here, people close their washroom off. So now when you go there, start to ask that, they can be looking at you like you're strange. So the idea is to say, no, let's manage it, but let's be able to let people building public facilities get used to the fact that you're serving the public, so it's okay to have a public washroom as well.
All right, so we live in the bathroom. I love this outdoor space. And what I was doing, the cutaway that this place is very attractive.
Yeah.
So what inspired this area?
This is amazing. First of all, here, what inspired this is that Liberia, we have a very social culture. Okay. We like to hang out. And, people just want. Ron would be running somewhere. Someone said, "Man, I need to meet you in the Queensway area." He said, "Well, then just come to the learning center." And, we're outside there. Ron doesn't need to be going to the building. Ron can have a little cafe here with some chairs, just sit down, meet with someone, and chat. So that's what this outdoor space was for. But you can also have a small event here for close to 100 people. You don't need to be using the building on the weekend if somebody wanted to do a poetry reading or whatever right outside here. This space that you see here will be all glass. Okay. So even at night, you can see from outside when the lights are on, will be the dedicated children's library, will be designed, curated only for children. Because for a long time, Mr. Raw, we've neglected the children of this country. We see it in our education system. We see the way they get treated. So this building, it will not be missing on you when you walk here, that the most important people in this building are the children when you walk here, because they will have the nicest space and the most spacious, the biggest space of all, the single largest space in the building is the children's library. The issue of the glass is to make sure for kids' safety, people can see at all times.
Okay, so we're going in there. Talking about the kids, they're going to be assisting some work ongoing. Yep. But how soon you think this place is going to be completed?
The grand opening is December 13, 2024. Our entire crew from Canada and everywhere will be here. The crew is working overnight. You see the time? Mm-hmm. The crew's still here working. So they're just on the finishing touches right now. So this is the foyer will be the children's library and the reception deck. So if you look at the wall, it's intentionally cordoned off because the children's library will be much noisier. It's kids you're working with. Yeah. So it's designed so that the noise doesn't flow over into the entire space, and you can contain it right in here with the kids. Quickly, I'll take you to one of these rooms here. This room you're looking at here is conference room number 1. So people who want to book it for training, for workshops, whatever you want to do, you can literally go on the website, book the room for your training. You don't even need to be affiliated with the Learning Center. Wow. And there will be a drop overhead projector screen, all of it, a little cabinet and sink. So if you're doing refreshments with your crew, you could literally be self-contained in this room and do your little training here.
Wow. This is going to be the first of its kind in this country to have a library that has almost like a training conference center or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. This room will be the staff workroom. Up in places like Canada, we encourage something called co-working open spaces. So now everybody getting their own peak office. So you have the staff cubicles set up in this room. The staff will not even be sitting most of the time. They will be through the building, but they will have a dedicated workspace if they need to just sit down and work. So when you leave this area, you notice you're leaving the entire children's session to enter into what we call the adult section of the building. So here will be what your actual library space is. You can see how big it is. Yeah, so all your shelves, your books, everything will be in here. And the design is that all the shelves can roll on wheels. So if you ever need to use the space for an event, you can move everything and have a 200 people event easily right in the space here also. So the reading area, all of the books, the materials, everything will be in this space. This is the main library space. And then here will be a computer lab. Again, you see the guys working overtime here. You see all the cablings, the network cablings, and everything has already been in. They've put them in already. These are all just your receptacles that will be in the floor. So here, we don't expect to have any computer here permanently. Same idea. Yeah. You want to have your desks and your chairs. Everything in this room will be laptops. So let's say you came to use the space, you go to the front desk, sign off a laptop, come to the room, you just plug it in. When you're done, you have to check that laptop back out before you leave. So what happens if you want to use the room for something different also? You can roll out everything, and use it, but it will be the computer lab. But again, high-tech people asking for e-library, we're not using stable computers.
All right, so yeah, let's talk about how many computers are you expecting to have here?
The first set, we've cautioned about 52.
52 computers.
It would be even more because the computers are not stationed. You're just signing up the laptop, there'll just be tables and chairs. You can sit, there'll be headphones, so if you're dealing with something with sound, you got your headphones to your ear, you're doing your work, you don't need to bother anyone. When you're done, you go back to the front desk, you check the laptop back.
All right, so somebody would say the kind of assistant in Librarian I used to you.
They see
like with 2 or 10, you say, oh,
it was
you
not possible to
not
do it.
possible to build it. So like someone say, oh man, you bring your computer, you guys start beginning kind of bring they bring their bed, they put it laptop and carry.
But
how secure is going to be?
But it'll be very secure. But even uptown, that's what happened. Picking and steal laptop, even in America. So that one you can avoid it 100% no matter how secure you are. But Mr. Raw, over time, as we train our society to realize that laptop you just stole, it may not be possible again for you to come in and use it compared to everyone else. Yeah, over time, there are more good people in this country than there are bad people. So we are confident that over time with the investments and the education around it, but we also have a security system. There will be CCTV. The CCTV crew just did their full analysis. There will be 4 CCTV, but if you're checking out a laptop, your full ID, the front desk will take a number of things away from you. There will be a little cupboard, no bags. You're not bringing bags in. When you get there, you leave your bag, you collect the laptop. That still doesn't mean you can avoid theft 100%, but at least you can minimize it to a certain extent.
Okay, so more space.
So these rooms you're looking at here, these are our small study rooms. Small study and meeting rooms. Let's say Mr. Raw is preparing for an exam. WAS is coming up, and they got a late group or 6 people or 10 people that need to work together to study. They can book the study room, meet right here in the space, safe spaces. Instead of going to somebody hallway, you don't know if something will happen there. You have a safe space here, you can book the study room and come and study. So these 3 rooms that you see are all small, we call them the small study rooms. Okay. 1, 2, 3, all the same size, designed to be that way. Across here is what we call a small business incubation pod.
What does that mean?
So Mr. Raw, like you run your show, right now you don't get 10 people working for you.
Yeah.
You need a dedicated space, but you can pay for whole infrastructure by yourself. So small businesses will be young professionals that we can bring into the space. Let's say you have 5 of them set up in here. Each of them have their own dedicated desk workspace. So you can incubate in the space for 2 years to allow you to build, and you pay a small fee every month, but you got access to the meeting rooms. You can book it for free. You can schedule trainings, uninterrupted internet, electricity, water, everything that you will have if you had your own building that you will need to put inside and make it work. So this is one incubation pod. This is the second business incubation pod. So just between these 2, we can have almost 10 young professionals. The goal is to be for 2 years. Because when will you be here forever? Your friend and you get a chance to come in too.
Other people gotta come.
Exactly. Here will be the radio station.
Wow.
So we're opening a full radio station. I'll be able to cover the entire country. So most of the registration equipment and stuff have already been secured in Canada. They have been put on the. You see my little studio I have in Canada.
Yeah, I like this side. I mean, because I'm a radio person. This is my favorite area.
Yeah. So this will be a full radio station, a full studio. As you see, it's spacious enough. It's being designed intentionally. Let me give you a secret. You see the ceilings? The ceilings are designed based on what will happen in the room. So room where you need more quieter sound staying within.
Like we require soundproofing, so you have enough soundproofing.
So the acoustic ceilings. These are acoustic ceilings, but also on the wall. All of the soundproofing systems will be built. Again, we are designing it intentionally. We're taking one room that was already different thing, and then we turn it into a studio. We're designing the studio from scratch.
Wow. So this is amazing.
Yeah. And
a whole studio attached to the library.
Yeah, this is conference room number 2. So this conference room number 2, right now we'll use it for sorting because the actual sorting and storage rooms will be in the second phase. So here when the books come in, when shipment come in, they come from the back of the building there so that you don't have to interrupt what's going on. They come right in here. By the time staff sort all of the things out, then they move and mark it, the markers, they need to put the alarm system, they need to put all the books, and then they move it into there. This will just be a back exit to get out. This will be mostly used for staff. This will not be a public entrance for bringing in materials and equipment, like you said. So the beginner can be sneaking out the door or small lab.
So another thing is that while we're trying to get to the other side, how many books are we looking at here? And then what are the categories of books? Is it for only high school or junior high? So
from kids, curation, straight to university, PhD levels. So we're working with 2 libraries in Canada. We're working with the academic library at McMaster, which is top 100 university in the world. We're also working with the public library, which just have general text for people. So anybody will use this space, from being a market woman who just want to see simple book on market women or simple health placards, straight to a PhD student who's doing serious research. Now, the idea is that the books will be on display. We're not putting 500 books like how the old school library used to look. So the books are on display that we have, all the titles we have. So if you see a title or book that you need to use, you'll go to the front desk, or your set can sit on the computer. You just take the code, you put it in, it will tell you how many copies are available. And then you go to the front desk and sign it, then it will go into the sorting room and hand it to you. So the idea is not to have 500 books all over the place. The titles just have the display models for you to see what we have in the space. These rooms are big group study rooms, as we call them. So you saw the small group meeting rooms and study rooms. These are your medium-sized ones. So this can take more people. Same idea, beginner studying for their wives or to preparing for some kind of major exam you're trying to take or whatever that is. Or he just booking, you want to have a meeting. He needs a nice meeting room. Or he interviewing somebody to hire. He get placed, so he won't book a private quiet room that he can conduct the interview. Because we can go right on the side, book the room. So there are 3 of those medium-sized rooms you see here, 1, 2, 3. The goal is to make the space multifunctional, multi-use, all that can happen simultaneously. You can have people in the 3 room, people in that 3 room, people in that room, people here, everybody doing something different at the same time. This is a bigger group setting area, open group setting area. So let's say you got the books or whatever. You didn't want to sit down in the Agile library style over there. So you came to the corner or you had a little group that you wanted to get together. You're talking about a little book. You can come on the side because there's group seating that you're able to actually sit right here to do what you have to actually do. And then here is another exit. Again, you'll notice for emergency plans, there are multiple entrances and exits to the building. So that if you ever have an emergency and need to evacuate people, you won't get everybody streaming to one door to try and get, even just the front. There are 3 entrances to the front. There's one here, there's one there. So you have about 5 entrances and exits to the building at the same time. This corridor you see here is the idea of encouraging social spaces again. It's another nice social hangout space. The goal is we'll have one cafe here, one cafe there. So you can even just come chill. You're working all day, you just want to chill and have some drinks from the cafe. You can come here and just actually relax and have some drinks from the cafe, because the gymnasium, the sports and recreation facility will be going there. So this wall will be what divides the learning center from the sports and recreation. So when you come here, you go this way, you go to the learning center, you go the other way, you go to the sports and recreation facility. Now, I would like to talk about the redundancy of electricity in the building. We have a solar system that can power, we have a solar system that can power the whole building. Here, not just to generate power. I will take you to the electrical room for you to see what it looks like. Okay. We have an actual mini solar station. So let's say LEC working. We generated solar power, we store them in a mini power station. So that let's say everything breaks down, none of the electricity system works, we have enough power to continue running the building for a number of weeks until we can fix our system. So we got a solar system first, we got LEC, and then we got a backup generator. So the idea is that this building will never go off.
This is going to be the state of the art. We're talking about state of the art, you know.
Yeah, the building can never go off.
The building will not go off. Yeah. You will not have problem with water.
So this is the electrical room where all the panels for switching the phases. Let's say LEC go, you need to switch back to the solar, or the solar not working, you need to switch to the generator. So you just have all your switches, and also the lithium substation for the solar will be in here. But this will be a quiet room. There's no generator or anything running in. The generator house will be all the way on the other side there, at the back of the end. But this will just be where all your control panels, everything are. So you see the door faces outside. So you need to do anything with the building for somebody to switch the panels or so.
So this place is going to be, sometimes it'll be hot and you need air conditions. Talking about power, the solar, what's the watts you're talking about?
I will tell you easily. The full capacity of the building. They measure the solar by the full power needs of the building itself. So the powers, the electrical guys did that design. And we have an engineering firm in Canada that have been working with a Liberian firm, mentoring them in areas where they need some support, because we don't do a lot in solar here, for example. We're limited, let me put it that way. So what will happen in the space, the whole building, you'll see these giant power ceiling fans that will always be running. There are only certain rooms in the area that will have air conditioning, like the lab and other places. It's intentional. What we've done with these bricks you're looking at, some people call them earth compressed bricks or so, When you go up into Europe,
You know, bro, call it Firestone Bridge.
yeah, but we don't let engineers, the Canadian engineers hate for you to call it Firestone Bridge because they tested the Firestone bricks and it's actually wrong.
Oh, okay.
It's poor. They don't do it well.
So so this is a special design.
Yeah.
Wow.
Made right here. They actually came to test. They had to do the soil testing, the component mixture, which Firestone doesn't do. Firestone just do the bricks, general, and they have to be baked at a certain temperature to give you the kind of strength that you need. So these bricks, like how you go up interior, you go in the mud house of Oman again, it can be cool inside even when it's hot outside.
Yeah.
That's the technology that was designed. So once the building closes up, you see these things on the roof, they're called heat trappings. Once the ceiling goes in, when the sun shines, this stuff will trap the heat, and the building is designed from the side the wind blows. So the guy spent 6 months studying the wind direction here.
Wow.
So the wind is supposed to blow the heat. That's why you see the roof level so high. Right now, you're at the lowest point of the roof. So it only goes higher as you go in the building. So it blows the heat wave on top of the building. So the ceiling fans are running. This thing, when you cool the room down and you turn the air conditioner off, it can hold the same temperature for up to 5 hours. Wow.
All right. It's been a great time coming out to tour this place. So those of you watching us on YouTube, or probably you're watching us on KMTV or Boss TV on Satcom, this is what I call Liberians coming back to build their country. And nobody can build Liberia besides Liberians. But any other thing you want to say before we take leave of you, Leo?
Yeah, no, I just want to thank everybody to tell people that even though our international donors and partners have helped us a lot, but a lot of Liberians' money are in this space. From the diaspora, the US and everywhere, and even in Liberia. 2 years ago, Mr. Roy, we did a fundraiser at Royal. We wanted to raise 50,000 US. We raised 59,000 USD. Right in Monrovia, all Liberians at Royal Hotel. I guess the message I'm sending to Liberia is, for too long, we think our only way out is to go and beg other people, which I disagree with. Because God has given us a lot, whether it's in skill set or talents or gifts or people who are qualified. We need to start looking in ourselves and start with what we have. And don't just compare to others. Look at what you have, work with it. This building did not start because I had a beautiful idea just in my head. No. I started it, I put it out in the universe, and then guess what happened? All kinds of people started coming on board to bring all kinds of ideas. And who would have believed that a Liberian engineering firm, a construction company would have been capable? This building, we haven't lost one brick or a bag of cement since we started. Excellent work, deliver on time, deliver within budget. And you see the quality. I don't need to actually tell you when you walk in here. When you walk into your building and you feel satisfied from the work that your contractor has done. The Canadian engineers were here in February, right? And they were blown away, even though they had all helped sculpt all of this together, but to physically see how well it was done. And that's what we're talking about, for Canadian engineers to walk into Liberia and be blown away by the quality of work that Liberian engineers have done.
All right, thank you so much, Leo Johnson. And for more information on this, where can we find you?
You can find me online. If you just type in Leo Nupolu Johnson, all kinds of things will come up, or Empowerment Squared. Just Google Empowerment Squared and everything will come up for you.
All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this edition of the program, The Counter Diary. You can actually just hit up our subscription button, subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos on Liberia. And like I told you, Liberians are doing very well. From the diaspora, they're coming back home to help build this country. My name is Emmanuel Kotu. If you love it, don't forget, hit our subscription button, subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos from Liberia. Bye-bye from my end.